Today we're reviewing...
Pups Stop the Garboni!
So we've started Season 14, but with Episode 2? Alright.
What is that?
Why, this here contraption is something I call the Garboni!
Huh. So, I was right when I said this. The only things it brings to mind for me are ice rink cleaning machines. Honestly, I didn't think it would be a reference to the Zamboni, but here we are.
Ow, ow, ow! Woohoo!
It's so simple to start an episode segment off on the right foot. Pups at play, doing something we haven't seen before, and even better with outfit variants that are new and novel. Immediately I'm on board with a scenario in a way human characters doing something absurd can never make me.
The Garboni? What does it do?
Never underestimate the power of these pups just looking, sounding, and moving in cute ways.
Oh, water should not be this slippery.
I didn't love Zuma's pratfall, but oh boy, he looks and sounds cute as he struggles with a new skill. This is what we need. Turning the camera onto a pup struggling to accomplish something makes a segment character-driven, and that's so welcome.
Dude, how slippery are we talking about?
I think Zuma's just generally looking a lot nicer all of a sudden. His model probably got a subtle overhaul for his special. And that's very cute. Though, it would have been even better if another pup did stop to help him out.
The Garboni controls got broken in an unfortunate carrot accident!
The deadpan and very serious way that got phrased was funny.
But Zuma, are you sure you're okay driving on the ice?
Even if this concern makes very little sense, which I'll talk about later. Rocky showing compassion and being worried for a friend is a very nice moment.
Hang on, Alan Garby! I'm gonna try and pull that carrot out of the controls!
See, this is what I mean by the voice direction being really good. That was such a stilted, awkward line for a kid to have to read, but Billy Quinn still sounded natural and like he was calling out. Somehow, they've almost universally had kids give good performances for well over a decade, even when having to deliver some really stiff lines.
Huh? Rocky the Rider!
Sky's looking decently non-toasted.
How am I gonna stop this thing if I can't control where I'm going?
I like the animation of this shot a lot. I guess we can go with that. I don't really love how this scenario played out, but I do really like the fundamental idea of Zuma learning and growing and helping out Rocky with the newfound expertise and confidence.
Nice one, dudes! Yes!
All the pups are involved and get lines. And that became upsettingly rare in seasons 12 and 13. I hope it's turned around now. Sky doesn't get a lot to say or do, but she does get woohoos and wows.
I just go with the flow!
Love the smooth expressions and high-effort animation of that ending zinger.
Ooh, that can't be good!
Just like that, the promise of a nice character-based story becomes Runaway Machine Iteration number 393,647. The keyboard mash thing for a random big number isn't such a time saver when you have to say it out loud.
It's making slippery ice all over Adventureville!
Are you under the impression a Zamboni makes ice? Because it doesn't, it just pumps out a little water that the ice rink's cooling freezes. I guess we can argue the PAW Universe's magic tech Garboni is just fundamentally different from a Zamboni, but this falls under misinforming the kiddos for me.
You're really getting the hang of ice skating. Not all of us, dude. Whoa!
It ended up cute, and I like the focus on Zuma, but that animation was a little distractingly excessive. Just toned down like 25%, it would have been more tasteful and actually cuter as a result.
Not really, but I've gotta learn sometime.
Zuma was actually the worst choice for this little learning moment. Well, except Sky. With any other boy, of course, it would already be a big stretch to say that since they struggle to ice skate, they'll also struggle to drive on ice. Not really related beyond the very superficial. But Zuma drives a hovercraft, which, hovers on air, above the ground, which is where the ice is. At speed, he's not affected by the change in surface friction. The only time he'd slip is trying to stop dead. This is why hovercrafts are used in Arctic research stations to get from vessels to structures. Literally any other boy pup wouldn't have had this issue, but somehow you found the one way to once again misinform the kiddos. Flinging him up that high into the air just made this development superhuman. For me, it didn't quite get the slapstick pass either.
Farmer out!
Oh, now you're worried. Not when he was falling to his death a few seconds ago, but when he's hanging on a lamppost and you're comfortably right under him.
Wow!
This set of shots was weirdly drawn out and slow-paced. Felt like padding. I don't think it would have passed the infamous Distractatron test with your buddies over at Moonbug.
Yummy!
This is a very cute shot, but, oh Chase, we can't get along if you chew with your mouth open. Also, these are liver sausage-loving pups. Them actually eating like dogs was a bit that lasted many years and was often cute or funny. I don't think cucumber sandwiches quite fit the bill, or should ever really be called yummy, even for humans.
Whoa! Marshall, look out!
Oh, no. After 14 seasons trying to recontextualize the wipeouts as something the pups are finding fun and giggling through? No. It's not that I can't stand change, but this particular change in dynamic makes them come across as a little unhinged. It also has a totally different tension and release dynamic, and generally I think it's an ill-advised alteration. Also, the momentum gain remains total nonsense, so the element it would be good to see change doesn't. Rubble just arbitrarily laughing at nothing and it being just thrown into his animation only with his mouth was creepy too. If there's been like a general note that the pup should laugh and joke more, it needs to be applied more judiciously.
I'd say very slippery.
They just got into a traffic accident that was potentially fatal for the driver of the far smaller vehicle, who they never bothered to check on. I know it's a baby show, but it wouldn't be out of character for them to be concerned instead of awkwardly wisecracking. And the whole scenario was just very contrived anyway, since Ryder just told Robodog to drive for no reason, with no destination. He just said to drive because there's a Garboni on the loose, but where to? It was just a hollow setup for this moment, which in my view was not worthwhile. And the one time he would be impacted by no surface friction and would be sent sliding out of control, you have him mysteriously able to stay still. He turned off the air and let the craft down, so this impact would send him sliding. Everything you could do wrong with the physics in this scenario, you did wrong. Come on.
Got this, Pops!
You guys know there's a construction vehicle and a police car with winch inside what you're pulling, right? Right, or what's the matter with you? That car you crashed into hasn't moved, I see. Have you checked your robot dog hasn't committed vehicular manslaughter?
After that Garboni, Rocky, we'll help Farmer out!
Ryder, if you actually stop to think about what this means in Rocky's scenario, he's just been ordered to drive away, leaving Farmer Al alone and about to fall from a great height. Of course, these guys arrive in the nick of time, but actually picturing the scenario, it's just such horrible rescuing, and you gotta imagine Rocky like, welp, nothing I can do, Ryder's orders, bye Farmer Al. Pups Stop the Garboni was an interesting kickoff to a new season, even if only because of a quirky airing order. I had a lot of problems with the writing. That's not how Zambonis, hovercraft, or transferable skills work. The mission dragged at times, writer gave nonsense orders, and I'm pretty sure a driver needs medical attention. And yet, I still liked the script. I liked the fundamentals that new writer Melissa Oskui brought, and could tell she was making an effort. I liked how she aimed for a pup actually growing, and solid interactions. I liked what she did with the pups, and lest we forget, that's what matters. Overall, 7 out of 10. Too many logic issues to rate it higher, but in terms of vibe and character writing, it scored high with me. Alright, that was your first review of an episode segment from Season 14. We still haven't had the Dino Island episodes from Season 13 yet, other than Dino Chicken, which you can see me reviewing here. Otherwise, why not click here for one of my fan animations. That's all for today though, and I'll see you guys again next time.